So you asked, how did I get interested in coaching? Well, I can remember down in Australia with my rowing partner, Jimmy Pfeiffer, when we had finished our race, our final race together, and we were rowing back from the medals stand to the boathouse. And I said, Jimmy, what can we ever do that will compare to this? And the answer, of course, came in coaching. It was a way to perpetuate the experience and a way to give back what I felt was a tremendous obligation to the sport. In my own case, it made a world of difference. I would never have been the person I've become if I hadn't rowed.
I didn't think it would be something that I'd do for 4 years, but then, like I said, I just got hooked and got really into it. I'm living with all rowers now, so it's been kind of like another little addition, kind of little family. So it's cool.
My friends are on the team, my life is with the team. I like the competitive atmosphere, I like to win, I like to race. And the success we've had has kept me going through school and through crew. It's kept me motivated.
I was no great athlete, but rowing was a challenge that had to be met. And the reason it had to be met was that you're in a boat with other people and you can't let them down. You just cannot do that. And therefore, you find that you have more to give than you ever believed possible, or that you ever had on your own account, that you would dig down for something so deep inside yourself that you never suspected it was there.
Competing, yeah, that's, one thing I think I'm definitely going to miss, because it's definitely been a part of what I've grown up with, just competitive stuff in sports.
That's the most important thing that rowing teaches you. I also think rowing is marvelous because it's elemental. It's not a sport that takes place on a field or on a baseball diamond or in a basketball court. And it's not just outdoors, it's on the water.
The real way I can think of putting it is like you're kind of flying in a way, because the boat just like picks up and lifts out of the water, and then the boat is completely balanced and set, and then you just go and do it again, and it's just a really cool feeling.
I can remember hearing a coach say one time when he was bowing out of the sport, what I thought was his mid-career. I asked him why he was leaving. And he said he felt that when he completed his rowing career, he owed something back to the sport. And he said, now I've repaid it. And I thought, that doesn't compute. You can never repay what you owe rowing. And I still feel that way.
There's just so much history to the sport, and it means so much to so many people. And I think the fact that it takes 9 people and puts them all into one boat and makes it so that their efforts all have to be completely united, the vision 100% the same, in order for there to be success, I think that's extraordinary. And I think the ability for people to learn to work together with such intensity and with such focus is absolutely invaluable.
The UCI crew, which started from nothing, has produced marvelous results and marvelous men. And we've made our own history. There's never been a coach at the program or men who've gone through it that haven't had the highest aspirations. And many times we've been able to realize that on the water, and many times we haven't. But even in those years, we don't break the records, don't make the record books. The men get something out of it that in their lives afterward, they're always after the the thing that gives satisfaction in life, which is doing the best you can. And everyone gets that out of the rowing program at UCI. And that's why it's essential that it has to continue. It has received a liberating body blow when we were changed out of the athletic department, where we were the last among their sports, really uncared for and untended and very unimaginatively managed. And now we're on our own, and it's a great freedom. And we can build this to the extent that we are dedicated to making it a living, vitally functioning part of our own ongoing experience and of the men who follow us. And if we have the kind of foundation under the program that we can put there, then it will attract the kind of men that we want to follow in our footsteps. And these are people who find something out about themselves in their 4 years of rowing that nothing else can give them. And they, like you, will give back, that all of us will give back.
We have a very competitive program at the University of California, Irvine. Last year's novice crew beat schools that are fully funded from the University of California, San Diego. Went back to Georgia to race at nationals and beat crews like Michigan and Virginia, who have been long established as two of the fastest club programs in the nation. And nowadays, the club programs are competitive with, if not faster than, many of the athletic-run programs. We have programs like Virginia and Michigan and Bucknell and Grand Valley that are consistently faster than many of the varsity sports, competing even at the IRA. And we have the ability to be one of those programs, and we have been one of those programs the past 2 years. The year before last, our varsity boat went to Virginia, or to Georgia, to race at the Nationals, and we were competitive. We got 4th in the entire regatta out of somewhere over 23 different schools. So, I mean, it's really exciting, but with all that excitement, also there's a lot of fear that this program may one day disappear. We have a choice. At this point, we're at a juncture, and we have to decide whether or not we want to keep this program in the upward trajectory that it's in, or we want to let it fall into mediocrity like so many other club rowing teams. There are so many athletes out there that have not yet even been to the boathouse, have never heard of rowing, that deserve the opportunity to walk through the boathouse bay doors and be a part of the tradition that you and I experienced as athletes for UC Irvine. What happens to them, their future, their opportunities, all depend on what we do now, today.